Abdika. Alright, I think actually I figured it out. Let's try this one more time. Oh my fucking god. I fucking hate this fucking streaming software. One button, one fucking button, and fucking nothing works. Yo my yopona mать. Alright. We are going to do this one more time. Let's see. Yo my yopona mать. Testing ballsack, testing ballsack, testing ballsack. I did it. I fucking did it. I'm fucking genius. I'm fucking the greatest one of all time. I'm fucking the goat. I'm fucking the greatest being alive. Oh my fucking oh my god. I actually did it. I actually fucking did it. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Alright. If you didn't know, this is the third time I tried to start this live. The third fucking time. One problem, it was the headset that I'm using, my earbuds. I think there was some junk stuck to it, so the microphone was fucking the shit. I think another thing was the fucking a specific button that I didn't fucking toggled. God damn it. Alright. Today we are going to fucking learn Blender. Fucking the accumulated time of me troubleshooting was, I think, 30 minutes. Fucking 30 minutes. Okay, never mind. But everything is nothing. Today we are going to fucking learn Blender. As you can see, I'm in my room, my fucking purple room, with my ball sack of headset and a ball sack of a fucking microphone, and my incredible RGB and mega light mega omega sigma chair behind me, which I want to. As you can see, you cannot see this in this screen, which is stupid. It's fucking stupid. So I really want to do this so fucking quickly. Let's see if I can do speed. Oh no, wait. This, we need 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 this. Put it in a fucking, call it file room, and let's see. It's actually working. And oh my fucking god. Oh my god, it's actually working. I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. Okay, and we can actually do this here. Let's put this even lower. Oh, this is fucking incredible. But what I want to do, I want to take a room and can I just, oh, there. I just want to take room, and just specifically I want to take room and do a transform. Edit. Can I just do it on this? Oh hell yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah. Didn't do. What the fuck? Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm a genius! I have a secondary room, as you can see. Allow me to show you in full fucking detail. I've made two rooms, one white and one purple. And what I need to do... Yeah, I want the purple room, I want the purple room, and I want... Oh, what the fuck? Even more, I think. No, I want 500. Yeah. Technologia. Fucking technologia. Alright, and... Alright! Fucking have something that actually works. Oh my fucking god. I would like to actually... put another fucking frame. Just like I did with the actual gameplay screen, the green frame. But for now, this is what I'm going to do. All right. We have fucking two versions. We have the fucking Bontler standing there menacingly, and I got Bondler in the room, in the black room, in the the black rooms. Oh yeah, now Walter in the purple room. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, for now, let's fucking open Blender, and I'm going to fucking try to actually follow along the fucking donut tutorial, the ultimate donut tutorial. Alright, everything seems to be actually working fine. Alright. What I want to do is to make this really, really quiet. Even, fucking maybe even remove the sound, I don't know. Because we're going to fucking look at the fucking Blender tutorial! The ultimate Blender tutorial.
Was 3D software that can be used to make animation.
Yeah.
Now we know how, but this is another. Okay, so what starters?
I
This
moved too long.
this window right here
Okay,
shows how to make every tool. Is overwhelmed.
Shut the fuck up already.
First, go to blender.org/download or just click the link in the description.
Yeah, I did it, I know now.
First tip, close it.
Okay, this fucking, this is where I can actually begin. Alright, let's fucking try to follow along this. Let's fucking try, yeah. Oh, I just noticed that I have another chair with me, which I have no guest, so today, no chair, no secondary chair. Oh yeah, incredible. Okay, we are locked in, we are going to fucking learn how to use Blender, because I want to use Blender in one time.
Welcome to the wonderful world of 3D. First tip, do not get overwhelmed. If you go clicking around, you might find lots of buttons and some of them with very scary names, and it can all get very overwhelming very quickly.
I want to join 1 second, Mr. Beautiful.
This is Blender.
Oh my god, it's fucking the beginning.
Software that can be used to make animations, visual effects, game. Starters, let's begin.
Yeah, let's begin. Shut the fuck up.
And welcome to the wonderful world of 3D.
I want to make it a little bit faster.
Do not get overwhelmed. If you go clicking around, you might find lots of buttons and some of them with very scary names, and it can all get very
yeah. Shut the fuck up.
A lot of things, which means it has a lot of tools, but you don't need to know every tool in order to do what you want to do. If you're familiar with the 80-20 rule, there's really only 20% of Blender's features that you end up using 80% of the time, and that's what I'm planning to teach you in this tutorial series. So stay with me, and you should be fine. We'll start making the donut in the next video. In this one, we're just going to look at the interface, and I'm going to show you some of the basic navigation. So for starters, this window right here is your.
Oh my god.
It's where
fucking navigation tutorial
of your time, because it is the 3D world. So you can see that we have three objects here. We've got a camera, we've got a cube, and we've got a lamp. And when we click on it, you can see it's selected because it has the yellow outline. So let's delete the
fucking orange
and
stupid
replace it with
clinker.
something else. So we could do that by going up to the add menu up here, or by remembering the hotkey, which is Shift A. So Shift A for add. So usually the one you're looking for is underneath the mesh. So these are called your primitives, and it's what you use to start something when you're looking to make an object. Like if you're going to make a chair, you might start with a cylinder as the chair leg and then build out from there. But the one I'm sure you're all very curious, you want to click it, it's the monkey.
The monkey!
Why does Blender have a monkey? Well, fun fact, every 3D software has its own little random complex object because it's useful to test things like
the fucking monkey!
So 3ds Max has the Utah teapot, Houdini has the toy, and I think Pig's head. Blender has the monkey. And it's actually called the Suzanne monkey head, which you can see in the top left there, named after the orangutan from the film Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Random piece of trivia. So let's get a better look at it.
What kind of reference is it?
You do by on your mouse there, your scroll wheel, that is called your middle mouse button. If you push that in and then drag around, that is now orbiting. Now, for my laptop users, you've just panicked because you realize you don't have a mouse. How are you going to orbit around?
Just use a mouse.
A mouse for 3D work. It will
just fucking mouse. Just use a fucking mouse.
You can get by without it just by on that.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Emulate 3. Or if and user preference, you might
Okay.
find that your menu at around about one mouse button. If we want to zoom in, we can do that just by scrolling in and mouse do a
Yeah,
small.
zooming in
Got this
feature.
flat,
Okay.
bland gray lighting over everything, and that's because this state right now is called viewport shading, and it's kind of a lightweight,
Viewport
optimized way to view the
shading.
scene just as you're building it. But if you want to create a final pretty image, that's called rendering, and you can actually switch into rendered mode by going up here into the top right hand corner. You can see we're currently in the viewport shading mode. If we go 2 across, you should see rendered view mode. So if we click that, your computer might stall for a quick second whilst it loads it in. We can see it's now different. We have directional light. We have shadow cast across the monkey. So it's now currently being
Okay.
lit. If we
Okay.
click that,
Shut the
we get
fuck. Shut the.
when
I
you
don't
click
fuck.
that, you can see that the selected object, the lamp, has this this gizmo, it's called, with these axes on it. And if I just clicked and dragged on any of those,
I know this. I know.
I
This is
like
so
this.
stupid.
Move the
Yeah. Okay.
and
Okay.
so it's
Where's
very
the
fast to just
fucking
quickly move
next
the lamp
fucking
exactly
parts?
where I want it. By the way, if you're finding it hard to remember all of the keyboard shortcuts that I've mentioned, I've actually put together a PDF, a cheat sheet of Blender's most common hotkeys.
A
You can download that by
PDF
clicking the link
file
in the
for
description, so you
fucking
could print it out, or you could just have it
shortcuts.
on a separate monitor while you work. Also, if you are from another 3D software package, you might notice that Blender's hotkeys are different than what you are used to. So if you actually go to Preferences, the industry compatible
Okay,
tutorial series, it's really
preferences.
good. I've got some nice Rembrandt posted on social over. So do that one. So when you do that, a little window will pop up. It will use your CPU or GPU, depending on which renderer you've got active, and it will render out a wherever you want to save it.
Okay.
In
We
this case,
don't need to
Looks
render
nice and look
anything right
numberpad
now.
0 packages. Moving along those from other signer. And then go to view. There's a little box there that just says lock to camera to view. So now, with that active, if I just use the same keyboard shortcuts as before, middle mouse button to orbit around, shift middle mouse to drag it, you can see that the camera is moving with it. So essentially the view, I can set it up exactly as I want, then hit N again.
Okay, view is not
But it will
interesting
stay. If you
now.
see the camera tab there, you can see I get a little camera tab at the bottom there. But if I select my monkey, you'll see the camera tab
The
disappears.
monkey!
But instead I have some other ones that appear. So one that we might want to change is underneath material, and this will enable us to add a material, change the color to something else. It's very confusing. Ooh, IOR subsurface. Again, don't worry about it. We'll get to white box odd.
This is so
there.
this is simple. So it is fine.
Before the remaining monkey.
Okay. Fucking add the Taurus. Fucking finally.
So as before, let's well first of all,
Fucking
just to repeat,
finally.
we are working with a new scene. Completely new scene. Don't want any remaining monkey heads lying around. Let's begin fresh slate and let's delete.
Okay, let's fucking. Okay. I want to fucking. Already fucking failing. Okay, add. This must be add also here, no? Add. No, never mind. Object mode, no, I just want to add. And let's fucking. Where's the monkey? The monkey object. Huh? This is not the right. What the fuck? Okay, this is fucking spinning cube. Can I fucking. Okay, cube. Let's. Oh. Cube. Okay, I already forgot how to add.
Our default cube, just with the delete key, and let's replace it with a new object. You might remember the hotkey for that is Shift A.
Okay, fucking Shift A. Oh my god, fucking. We need fucking a shortcut for adding an object. Okay, Shift A, and we need a Taurus. Mesh. Yeah, it was in mesh. Okay, Taurus. Oh yeah, donut. Oh, wow. Damn. Oh, wow. It's actually. Damn. Okay. Oh, it's fucking full. Third dimension. Spin. Fucking spinning. Okay. So, alright.
And as I mentioned before, you usually want what is underneath mesh because these are your primitives. So we want to start with something that most resembles what it is we're building. If it was a house, you might start with a cube. If it was a vase, you might start with a cylinder. In our case, we want the donut-shaped one, although mathematicians call it a torus for some reason. So let's add
Taurus.
Now, if I zoom in by scrolling up, we can see we have something resembling a donut. Looks like a pretty weak.
Yeah, weakest fucking donut. Weakest fucking mid as donut even. Oh, it should be, everything should be fine. I just want to check check quickly if the chat is working, because even though nobody is fucking here, I want everything to actually work fine. Blend balls. Let's see if actually it's work. Blend balls! Okay, it's actually working fine. Okay, let's fucking continue.
Looking donut, you know, very flimsy. Looks like the donut before it's cooked when they just drop it into the vat and it's just this little wispy thing.
Donut.
So immediately after you do some actions in Blender, you have options to change it. And the options are hidden down here in the bottom left-hand corner. You see a little box. And if you click that box, you see options. And look, we can change the dimensions of our torus.
Oh, the
Now, something
radius.
to note is that these options in Blender only appear immediately after you have done that action. If you do another action, like say deselect your torus by mistake,
Bruh.
it's gone, right? Because Blender has assumed you have moved on. You've accepted the state of your donut, and this is what you want, right? Now, if you haven't done anything drastic or changed this object in some severe way, you can temporarily bring it back by hitting F9. I never actually remember that hotkey. I just remember that immediately after I have added an object, if I want to tweak it, now's my chance before I move on to something else. Okay. So
Okay,
we can change,
F9.
you know, the size of it here. We can also change the resolution. I'll use the term resolution loosely. To make it higher or lower fidelity. And a mistake that a lot of beginners make, and I say this because this was the exact mistake I made way back in 2003 when I started learning Blender, is they go, well, I need a realistic looking donut, so I guess I need to go really high resolution. I remember my first project, one of my first projects was for a high school film project, and I wanted to have a close-up of a face. Didn't realize faces were going to be difficult, but I went really high poly, and then it was just an absolute nightmare to work with.
Makes sense. Where's the fucking radius? What's the fucking radius? It's actually... Oh, what the fuck? I want to change the fucking radius of the donut! Torus. Okay, let's fucking try F9. F9. Collision maybe? Intense motion paths. What the fuck? Outliner? Nope. Properties. Browse. Oh my fucking god, why can't I fucking pass the first fucking minute? My fucking god. Okay. Delete. Okay. I want a fucking donut. Let's fucking try again. Donut. And where is the fucking...
So the problem, the difficult was real is that make a tweak. Remember that in some severe way. You can temporarily bring it back by hitting F9. I never actually remember that hotkey. I just remember that immediately after I have added an object, if I want to tweak.
Let's save this. Okay, this is 0. Okay, fucking stupid. Stupid clanker. Okay, we fucking have for the segments. Fucking, we can make it just a triangle. We can make a triangle, and yeah, this is fucking supposed to be fine. What's a major? What is? Oh, okay, major segment. Ah, okay, this fucking this makes absolutely sense actually. A donut. Okay, fine. Okay, we learned how to fucking do it.
Now's my chance before I move on to something else. Okay, so we could change, you know, the size of it here.
Yeah, the size.
Because this was the exact mistake I made way back in 2003 when I started learning Blender. Is they go, well, I need a realistic looking donut.
A maximum donut.
High resolution. I remember my first project, one of my first projects was for a high school film project, and I wanted to have a close-up of a face. Didn't realize faces were going to be difficult, but I went really high poly, and then it was just an absolute nightmare to work with, to render, and they're very hard to work with if you want to tweak it to add. So, long way to say, what we actually want is to have as few polys, these are called polys, as you can get away with. So I'm going to go with 32 major and 12 minor. And don't worry that it looks all jagged, because we will fix that in a moment.
Okay, 32 and 12. Follow the fucking god of donuts. 32 and fucking 12. Okay. Okay.
Now, the major and minor, this is really up to you, but I find that something that looks kind of chunky, like a fat donut, just looks really delicious. So I'm going with something around about this size, okay? And once I'm happy with this, once I'm ready to click off, I click
0.M39. Okay, let's fucking do 0.39. Oh yeah. Fucking chunky boy. Fucking incredible and chunky boy we got there.
click off around about this size, okay? And once I'm happy with this,
Let's say fucking the same. I think it's fine.
once I'm ready to click off, I click off, the options are gone, and this is it. This is the donut that I am now working with. So how do we make this look higher resolution, less jagged? Well, one way is to use smooth shading. So if you right click with your object selected, go
Smooth
to
shading.
Shade Smooth.
Hey, wait,
So
what?
if you right click with your object selected, go to
Okay, if you do, okay, let's fucking object select. I think we're gonna do fucking smooth shading.
Shade
Smooth
Smooth.
criminal.
And look at that, this is immediately better. Without getting too technical, this is kind of a fakery. It's sort of like the shader is telling the renderer that this is a really high poly dense mesh when it really isn't. It's just basically kind of like averaging out faces. And anyway, it's very technical, but basically means it's not going to add anything to your render time, but it's going to look smoother. And so this is generally what you want for something that is smooth and organic looking like we want. If you were rendering like architectural or like hard surfaces, like later on we're going to put this on a counter, then the object would obviously want to be flat. But in our case, we're just going to use Shade Smooth. But you might notice that looking at this, especially if you go side on, that you've got this sort of jagged shape around here, right?
Indeed.
So the silhouette is really breaking that illusion that this is a high poly or a smooth looking donut. But thankfully, rather than adding all of that complex density into the mesh itself and then making it hard to remove later on, there's another way through modifiers. So if we go over here to our properties, right, this very
okay, let's fucking make this fucking smooth shading. Fucking smooth shading. What is this? Keep sharp edges. That didn't change anything. Okay, never mind. Fucking smooth shading.
confusing, lots of option looking properties, click on the wrench.
The wrench. The RAM wrench. I
And
can
this
make it cobble
is the section called modifiers. And this is one of those object dependent things. So if you've got your camera selected, you won't see it. So it's only when you've got actual meshes that you might see this modifier here. So it's much easier to explain if we just add one. So up here, add modifier, and you got a range of options here that can do a whole number of things. The one that we're looking for is underneath generate, and it is called subdivision surface. And it is a really common.
Okay, subdivision surface. Fucking generate subdivision surface. Oh yeah, oh this is fucking beautiful. What a beautiful donut. An incredible donut.
Common modifier that you use all the time. In fact, it's so common, it's actually, you can just immediately add it to any object just by hitting Control 1. But don't do that because we've already got it, so there.
Control 1,
now, some of you might have just discovered that your donut has disappeared. If that is the case, you need to go to Edit, Preferences, and then underneath Viewport, where it's got Subdivision at the very bottom, disable GPU subdivision. That will then make the subdivision perform on your CPU instead of your GPU, which is maybe non-existent or not performing, whatever. But disable that and it should appear. But if it's already working for you, don't disable it. Keep it going because GPU will be faster.
It's fine.
So what exactly
my donut
is this
fine.
doing? Well, it's a lot easier to explain if we look at the shade flat mode, because we're not being tricked by the smooth. To explain if we look at the shade flat mode, because we're not being tricked by the smooth shading there. If I set this levels viewport to 0, this is our original mesh. This is before we add the subsurface essentially. When we increase this, you can see that it is adding resolution to our mesh. And the more I increase this viewport levels here, the finer and finer that detail becomes. So to explain it, because this is such a very, very common modifier, it's kind of important to understand how it's working. You can see that this is these squares here, these are called faces, by the way. And for each one of these faces here, as I add a level, you can see it's becoming 4 faces, right? And then now if I zoomed in on this one face here, if I do another level, that's now become 4 faces. And then if I zoom in again, it's now become 4 faces. So it's exponentially adding detail. And you might also know that it is smoothing it out as well. Like this jagged edge that we've got here, you can see now becomes smoother. So to quickly visualize that, if I just draw, like imagine you've got like a 90-degree
Okay,
really
I
high,
get,
it's
I
getting
understand.
smoother and smoother. Now, the reason there are two options here, you've got levels viewport and levels render. So reminder, this gray area that we operate in is called our viewport. The render is the pretty version. So as an example, you can see if I just turned it off for the viewport, it looks very jagged. But then for my render, if I increase that to 3, if I do my render, which you could go up there and render image, or remember the hotkey F12, you can see that that donut is now smooth, but I go back and you can see it's jagged. So the viewport, you want to generally keep it lightweight, and then the render time, that's where you want to get a really nice looking pretty image. So you want to often have 2 different levels. In our case though, I don't really think we need to go beyond 1, even for our final pretty image, because this with shade smoothing turned on is good enough. And we're going to be adding more to the scene later on, so we don't want to make it too complex. So this is actually pretty good. Okay, so we have a perfect donut, and that's the problem. It's too perfect. You could
It's
spend
too
decades trying to
perfect.
develop a machine in the real world that made a donut this perfect, and you never would. This is so mathematically precise that the eye will always see this as looking fake. So that's actually a problem you learn pretty quickly in 3D, that things that are too perfect just look fake. So you have to spend time making things look misshapen and adding variation there like you see in the real world, because your eye expects to see it. So how do we do that? How do we make this donut look a little more lumpy and interesting? I do that by changing the mesh itself. So this mode that we are in right now, where we can, click on different objects, is called object mode. And I know that because in the top left-hand corner, you can see we are in object mode. But if I click the drop down, you can see I get a number of other options here. And these options, again, will change depending on the object you've got selected. If I've got a lamp, my little light there selected, you can see I've only got object mode. My camera, I've only got object mode. But a mesh will give you extra options here. So let's enter into edit mode. Ooh.
Okay, let's fucking go. Fucking years of fucking shut the fuck up. Okay, we got edit mode. Oh no. Whoa. Whoa. I love it. Whoa, spinning. Okay, so fuck this.
Ooh. Right. Now, you can see our mesh, our object has become something that looks weird. It's got a bunch of little points on it with lines and very technical.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's because
yeah.
this is actually what the mesh is made up of. These little points here, which you can click on just by selecting, are called your vertices. The singular term is called vertex. I never say that. I like to just call all of them vertices, regardless of whether it's 1 or 2, just because you always get some comments that go, actually, it's called vertex if it is singular. Anyway, so these are called your vertices, and if you have 2 of them joined by a line, that is called an edge, and if you have 4
Edging.
of them forming a face, then it's called a face. So with these, I can quickly change the shape of my object by using the same hotkeys as before, and if I want to move this, then I would simply tap G, right? And you can see it's now attached to my cursor, and then if I want to confirm its movement, I just do a single left click, and there it is. Now if I go back into object mode, like that, you can see that my mesh has changed, okay? And by the way, the hotkey for jumping in and out of object and edit mode is just tab, okay? So you can see it's just toggling between those 2 modes because it's so common that you want to just quickly change things that it's just easily accessible by that. Now, this is okay, right? But you can see it's got like some artifacting. It's not the greatest lump, right? So how do we make it look a little more natural? Well, I mean, you could, you move one, drag it out, okay, click, and then I move, the next one next to it, right? I'll move that out, and then I'll move this one out a little bit, and then I move this one, and it's like, okay, well now I've got the thing, but it took me like 5 actions. Ridiculous, right? No one wants to do that. No one's got time for that. Thankfully, there is a tool in Blender just for this, and it's called proportional editing, and you can enable it up there in your toolbar. So if you enable that, now if I hit G and I move it out, you will see I get a little ring around my cursor there.
Okay.
And that is now changing the mesh around it. Now, a lot of people in my previous tutorials were like, I don't see what's going on. You have to have something selected first, and then when you hit G, you will see that
Fucking
that little
stupid
circle
people.
of influence. Okay, now this circle of influence, if I scroll up, you can see it's shrinking its circle of influence. If I scroll down, it is.
Let's fucking try this. Fucking select. We want them fucking when? Oh yeah, there it is. And G. Oh my god, it's fucking huge. Oh, let's make fucking the smallest. Oh no, it's the thing. Like wait. Oh my. Like wait. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh yeah, oh my, what the fuck? Oh, I made it. What the fuck? Infinite. God damn, this donuts fucking looks freaky. God damn. Okay, let's go back. Go back. And we want fucking this toggle on, and we want to select G. And when we select G, you can fucking do this. Select G, and we can in the okay. You need to fucking go extremely to the fucking opposite side to create a fucking fuck even goes on. Okay, let's try the wait. Let's do G, and then what the fuck? Oh yeah. Oh my fuck. Oh my god. Fuck. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Fucking don't care. Don't care. We want G, and we can make it bigger. I said we can make it bigger. Oh yeah. Even that's it. That's it. Incredible. Now this is fucking incredible. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Look at it. Incredible. Fucking. I don't know what is this even anymore. Okay. Fine. Okay. I get it now.
Expanding its influence. So it's only going to affect what is in that that ring there. Okay. If you are on, if you don't have a mouse with a scroll wheel, you can also change the influence by using page up and page down. And if you don't have page up or page down because you're on a Mac keyboard, then what you would have to do is go to key map and then change your page up and page down to something else just so that you could get around that. But guys, you got to get a mouse. Get a mouse with a scroll wheel. I think they're, I don't know, 50 cents or just in the nearest landfill somewhere.
Incredible.
Because it's going to make your life in 3D a lot easier. Okay, so with this, I can now make quick work of lumpy shapes, okay? So I just drag that out, okay? I've got a little lumpy shape there. Maybe I go down here and I pull this up just by hitting G, moving it up. Okay, so already this is looking a little more natural.
Alright, let's fucking just try to make this. There. Let's fucking do zoom. Let's select this. Do G. I want to make it even more. Let's, I don't know, take this. I don't know, let's take this G. Can we fucking take this? Oh yeah, fucking big donut. It's fucking look gorgeous. But I want to take this. The fucking flaccid donut. Let's go back a little bit. Enter G. Yeah, let's take this, for example, G. Alright, this is my fucking donut. Fucking looks incredible. Oh, this is far better, I think. Yeah. Flaccid pancake. Oh, no, this is fucking good. Fucking incredible. Fucking incredible donut. Yeah.
Right? Because even if we were making a stylized world for a Pixar movie or something like that, you can't have just a spherical looking donut. Sorry, round looking circular donut, because it just, your eye will see it as fake. So very quickly, I'm able to add a little bit of variation to the donut, just all around it, just a little bit over here. And you can see that I am just changing my circle of influence depending on what size of a lump I want to make. So if I just want to make like a little bit that sticks out, I can make a small circle just by scrolling up like that. And you just want to do that until you get something that looks a little more natural. I might want to make the inner part as well. We just drag that in with a smaller circle, and that's pretty good. Let's just have a look from the top. I might actually just drag that out, make it a little...
Let's look at this top. Oh yeah. This does look a little bit pointy. So let's... Actually, I like it. It's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay, let's say.
A little bit more like that. But there you go. That's pretty good for a donut. It's still kind of simple. It's not too detailed, but it's got just enough variation in it that it's more interesting to look at. Oh, one more thing, forgot to mention. Go back into edit mode with tab. Donuts, when they're sitting in the little vat thing, right, they're only like half submerged, so then they have to be flipped. But it means that the bit that's nearest to the surface is getting less heat. So essentially what I'm saying is the bit that's around the donut, the circumference of it, is usually a little bit flatter. So donuts aren't like perfectly round all the way around. They're usually a little bit flatter. So what I want to do is I want to select these vertices along here, and then I want to shrink them. Now I could go around one by one like this, which is actually what I used to do when I was learning Blender pre-YouTube days, and there was no tutorials. I would do this if I wanted to select this. Silly, because there's a function, a tool for that, and it is edge select. So if you hold down Alt on your keyboard and then do a single left click on not the points, but on the edge, right, this little line here.
The edge. Edging, edging, edging. And he said Alt. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. And now you do G. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, let's do G, and I think... What the fuck? It's fucking floating? Oh my god, it's floating. Oh, okay, this is... Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh my god, it's fucking dense. Oh, I can do fucking... What the fuck is going on here? Let's see how it's low. Oh, it's actually quite good, I must say. It looks weird a little bit. Let's see how he did it.
Here, you can see it's selected all the way around. So it's anything that's connected along that line is now selected.
Yes.
So if I want to shrink this, right, what would I do? Well, I mean, yeah, you could like move it around, right? We want to shrink it. We want to change the scale of it. So we would use the hotkey S for scale. So S,
oh,
and I'm
goddamn.
going to scale that in. And I actually don't want proportional editing. So I'm going to turn that off and now scale in and just make it a little bit flatter.
Alright, he did it that way. I did it fucking the weirdest way possible. S? Oh. Fucking, oh my god, what the fuck? And he made it flatter.
And there you go. So I'm going to turn that off and now scale in and just make it a little.
Yeah, he made it flatter. Oh my god, fucking Venus. Okay, I think I just made it the same now. So let's do it again. S. Yeah. And now it's flatter. Yeah. This donut looks pretty fucking good. Donut-y. Oh yeah, a donut. Okay, next.
A little bit flatter. And there you go. See, it just feels a little bit more natural, doesn't it? Looks a little bit closer to what a donut looks like. And by the way, don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like this, like your lump is a little bit off. Like some people get a little bit too precious with the tutorial. I got to match exactly everything I do. Like I'm just working on the fly as well. So just make what you think looks good. Maybe you think this is not misshapen enough and you want to add more, go for it, because it might actually turn out better than what mine is. Now, before we move to the next part, how to save. How to save. Blender,
How to
very,
fucking
very
save.
easy. Just go
Oh my fucking god, how to fucking save.
fly as well. So
Make sure the audio
what a
is
file
fine.
extension can be. That's almost a word, Blender. Anyway, dot blend, and that's it. And then next time you open it up, it's exactly like it. It's not like
So how did you say?
mine is. Now, before we move to the next part, how to save. How to save. Blender, very, very easy. You just go save as, and you just get
Oh my
one
fucking
file.
god, the
It's called
save as.
.blend.
Save as fucking the kills technique. Save as. And let's fucking desktop. And we fucking save this. Fucking untitled. Fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Very literal file extension, really pushing the limits of what a file extension can be. That's almost a word, Blender. Anyway, dot blend, and that's it. And then next time you open it up, it's exactly like it. It's not like ZBrush where you got like 4 or 5 different ways to save a project or an object or a tool or a... Hate ZBrush. Okay, that's how you save. Now, also, finally, I would say if you need help, because I know if you're stuck,
Shut the fuck
so if you're
up.
having issues, steep-ish learning curve, so you're in that steep slope right now, and it's really common. Like a lot of this stuff is very foreign. 3D is very unique. It's very different to a lot of 2D tools. But don't give up. Like it's definitely achievable to learn and self-learn at home. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to pay for a tutor. It's really easy to get help online nowadays. So do make use of that Discord. Post comments as well in the YouTube comments if you want to. But I hope you stay with it. So if you're ready to jump to the next part after you've saved your blend file, go ahead, click here, and I will see you there. Did you guys know that Blender 4.0 had a change that makes it more realistic by default? Or that there's a new technology that is going to expand the uses for 3D exponentially?
Oh my
Well,
god.
you would if you were on my free newsletter called This Week in 3D. It's an email from me once a week with 3 to 5 things that I found interesting that week from the world of 3D.
Oh my
so sometimes I share a new
god.
tool that I found,
Fucking
a remarkable
pig.
tutorial, a new Blender feature, a news story that affects the industry, and sometimes I just give my controversial opinions on AI. So click the link in the description, enter your email address, and then you will stay up to date on the world of 3D. It's always free and it's always written by me. Now, on to the tutorial. Welcome back to the Donut Show, where we make sad little donuts that we cannot eat. This is where we finished up at the end of part 1. We've got our nice looking donut, and now we're going to make that icing, which looks complex, but is actually fairly simple. Now, as I mentioned before, if you want to add an object, you go Shift-A, right? And then you start with something that resembles what you're trying to create. But we already have something that resembles the exact shape we want to create. It's the donut, because we want the icing around the donut. So let's just reuse this information. So we can do that by duplicating the object. And if you don't know the hotkey for it, you could just go Object, and then you'd find it here, where it says Shift-D. So Shift-D. Now,
okay, let's fucking do shift these nuts. Yeah, we got another donut. We got 2 donuts! Oh yeah, fucking pig. Incredible donuts.
when you hit that, you are in a placement state, essentially. Like it's duplicated and it's now saying, where do you want to place it? Now, in our case, and actually often, you don't actually want to change its placement. You want to duplicate it exactly where it was. So you can cancel the movement by hitting Escape or right-clicking. Now, when you do that, it looks like it's canceled the duplication, but you can see in your outliner, it has duplicated it. You've got 2 objects, but it's just in the exact same place, which is...
Oh, okay, fine. Let's fucking let's do Shift D and Escape. And now we got 2 fucking donuts.
What we want. So first things first, we need to name them, or else we could get very confused very easily. So you can name an object by just double-clicking it in the outliner, and then just...
This fucking donut. Fucking donut, and fucking let's do icing. Fine, okay, fine. Donut and icing should be on top. I said icing should be on fucking top. Never mind, fucking donut won't, icing won't be on top. God damn it. Can I fucking make it on top? Why can't I fucking make it on top? What the fuck? God damn it.
typing in the object. The other way you can name something, I'll just show you the second way. If you select the Taurus 0.001, that's your icing object. If you're in the 3D view, where your cursor, is over the 3D viewport, if you hit F2, that's another very quick way that you can name something without having to go up to the outliner to find your object. So with our icing object selected, let's go into edit mode.
Okay, never mind. It's
By hitting tab. So we want the icing on the top, which means this bottom half of our mesh here is redundant. Don't need it. So we want to delete it. So if we just dragged over the bottom here, you can see it looks like we've selected the bottom half of our donut. But if you were to move around, you would see, oh, we haven't actually. It's only selected, annoyingly, what is facing the camera. Where there's a mesh, it's not gone through the mesh. A lot of users find this annoying. I agree. Sometimes it seems like that would be the more default one that would make more sense. But anyway, don't want to argue. So if you want to select through a mesh, you can go up to here in your top navigation, toggle X-ray. If you turn that on, it's going to enable you to see through the mesh. And now, when I drag over it, you can see that I have
okay, let's fucking do it. Do tab. Let's do tab, and we want the icing, and we want X-ray. X-ray. And where's the fucking X-ray viewing mode? And I don't fucking know. No. How did it do it? Oh, okay. It's just here. I'm stupid. Stupid clinker. And let's do select. Oh yeah. Incredible. But we want it, I think, more like the here. What the fuck? And I think I haven't selected everything. This. Okay. Again. Right. Now it's fine, I think.
Selected all through the mesh as I move around it. By the way, you might find it like when you're in this state, it's kind of hard to select. Like it's easy to kind of accidentally select what is above it, and depending on what you've got at your end, that might have happened already. So another way to easily just look directly on the side-on of your donut is to just click one of these, like in your gizmo here, instead of just dragging around. Just do a single click on either the green.
Okay. The gizmo. No. Ah, okay. I think I just I was looking at the top. Okay, fine. I want this. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Green one or the red one, the X or the Y. And now we're in that state. You can see it's flattened it, so it's put you in orthographic mode, which actually you can toggle to at any time, just over there, which just makes it easier to just do a single, all the way through the mesh, select. All right. Okay. All right. So we want to delete that. So just hit the delete key. You get an extra option here of what you want to delete: edges, faces. You want the vertices. That's everything. And now we have, if we go back to,
You made it a little bit more lower, so let's try to make this lower. Alright. We can do now vertices. What the fuck it just did?
To delete edges, faces. All right, so we want to delete that. So just hit the delete key. You get an extra option here of what you want to delete: edges, faces. You want the vertices. That's everything.
The vertices. And vertices. Oh, what? Donut is dead. Oh, what? How? Vertices. But why does it do both? I want only one. Donut. I want fucking donut. What the fuck? But why? Why? Why doesn't it select both of them? Did it select both of them? Okay, let's try again. We want icing. Okay, we want only icing. Maybe what
Delete
did it
that.
do?
So all the way through the mesh, just over there, which just makes it easier to just do a single, all the way through the mesh, select. All right. Okay. All right. So we want to delete that. So just hit the delete key.
Yeah, why doesn't it fucking work normally? Yeah, why? Fucking why? Maybe I need the light between them. The light between them. Why doesn't it work as I want to? Yeah, why do I delete everything? Okay, let's try again. Delete. Okay, we got one donut. Beautiful as donut. Alright. And let's fucking duplicate it. And duplicate it is S? Oh, no. Nope. Nope. How do you duplicate again? Okay, duplicate. Shift D. Yeah, of course. Donut 2. And now let's do this. I don't know why, but I did it. I don't know how. I made it opposite of what I want to. Oh my god. It's fucking toggle of X-ray vision. It fucking makes me puke. Fucking the opposite donut. Yeah, far better. Yeah. Oh yeah, donut. Alright, fucking finally works.
You get an extra option here of what do you want to delete, edges, faces. You want the vertices, that's everything. And now we have, if we go back to object mode, and then let's turn off toggle X-ray as well. And you can see it's working. We got half the donut on top of itself, but as you move around, you can see you get some flickering. Now, this flickering happens, and it's actually a very...
Wait, why? It's... Ah, yeah, of course, I did it opposite. Of course. So let's fucking do... fucking this. Yeah. I made everything opposite, so you need to do this. Tab. I said tab. And... I need X-ray. I need infinity. Infinity. Okay, yeah. Perfect. And we need to donut, delete. Perfect. Perfecto. Yeah. Wait, where's the second donut? What? Alright, fucking donut. Oh yeah. But I want the frost. Oh, again I made a stupid. Okay, let's again. Again. Let's do. Okay, yeah. We want fucking to remove only this part of the donut. This is going to be the icing, and we are going to remove it. Vertices. What? Okay, yeah, I know what happened. Infinity we need. And then donut, this. Got it. We're going to remove this because we need this. Vertices. Did I remove something from the donut also? Again. Let's fucking duplicate it. Let's fucking duplicate object. And now we want to remove tab. We want to remove the bottom. Yeah, the bottom. Remove the bottom. Oh yeah. And tab. And I think we have fucking done it. Yeah. Even though this is a little bit stupid. So let's fucking fix this. Let's fucking try to fix this. No, didn't use infinity. God the fucking damn it. Now it's fine. This is infinity off, tab, tab, tab. I think I made it too much. Oh my god. Okay, again, we're going to do this. Tab, tab, infinity, 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 infinity. And we don't want to remove a lot. Yeah, I think this is... No, again. Let's fucking remove even less. Yeah. Yeah, finally. Let's fucking tongue of this. And... Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is fucking... Finally. Finally, we got fucking normal donut. Donut. Yeah. Let's fucking call it ice. Mm-hmm.
It's actually a good warning sign to you as an artist because it means you've got faces on top of faces, and the 3D software doesn't know which face it wants to render, right? So it's like sometimes saying it's the front face, no, the back face, the front face, and there's no understanding. Sometimes you can actually spot it in TV shows and like VFX or like low budget stuff. You can see something flickering in the background, and I'm like, ooh, there it is, Z fighting. That's what it's called.
Z fighting.
Or Z fighting if you're not American. So what we want to do is we want to give thickness to our icing. So we can do that with a solidify modifier. So adding another modifier, make sure you've got your icing selected, not your donut. And then here where you've got add modifier, we're going to go generate, solidify. Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Generate. We need to do the fucking ice. We need the modifier. And it's generate solidifier. Generate solidifier. Yeah.
Now it's made it worse. It's actually added a thickness to our mesh there, but it's actually done it the wrong way. So it's with the normals. Yeah, what is it? It's trying to put the extra bit inside the donut. So we can change that by just changing the offset here in the solidifier settings. Just drag that all the way to 1.
Let's say thickness. No. I need a icing modifier. And what did he just do?
Some of you using yeah, what is it? It's trying to put the extra bit inside the donut. So we can change that by just changing the offset here.
The offset. Yeah, I can make this. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The solidifier settings, just drag that all the way to 1. Some of you might have actually found that it was correct before, just depending on which way your normals were. If that's the case, keep it at -1, but everyone else keep it at 1. We just want to make sure it's actually outside. Okay. I also, let's just increase the thickness a little bit too. Let's go, yeah, 0.025. That looks pretty good. And great, we've got what looks like a yarmulke on our donut, a perfectly straight edge little hat for our donut. So let's make this look more like icing. So that the edge
0.025. Yeah.
is wavy all the way around. So to do this, this is where we get into the fancy finger magic, because you're typing lots of keys. Anyway, go into edit mode. And we can see straight away that we can't see the mesh. And that's because the solidify modifier is obstructing our view. So these little boxes here, as I mentioned before, like this is to hide it from viewport. But if you want to just hide it from your edit mode, which is the state that we are in right now, the box next to it is the one that you uncheck, which means in object mode, when you're tabbed in object mode, you can still see it, but edit mode, it's, it's temporarily
Okay, yeah.
hidden for you. So if I was to select one of these points here and move it down, you can see that it's working, but it would be, again, a lot of effort to go round and round and do these one by one. So we want to use that old familiar proportional fall-off tool again. So proportional editing on, and now as I move it down, let's just lower the slider way down here, and then let's pull this down. Okay, now we'll find issues. If we move to the side here, we can see the first issue we've discovered is that this is separating from our mesh here. And that's not what icing does. When it dribbles down, it follows the shape of the donut all the way down. So what we want to do is snap, undo it a number of times, snap the vertices to our donut underneath it, right? So for that, we need to turn on snapping up here. Okay, now there are a number of ways to snap in Blender. The default way is increment, which just means the like the grid floor there. Like if you were to just like move it around, you can see it's just snapping to the grid floor. Not helpful. But we want to snap it to the face. And now with face snapping enabled, if we move this down, we can see, let's just look here, that the bottom bit is snapping to the face, but as you might have seen, the top bits, the rest of essentially what is inside of our circle of influence with this proportional editing, that's not being affected. Only the little point that we had selected was affected. So that's not what we want either. Normally that would be enough, but in this particular case, we want to also snap individual elements too. And let's go face project. Now, when we pull this down, you should see that these are also no longer.
Okay, let's fucking do this. Let's fucking tab. And let's fucking Y. And we want fucking this toggle on and snap. We want fucking face. G. Yeah. Let's make it larger. Yeah. Yeah.
Longer clipping through the donut. But still, we have issues. Why is that? Well, it is actually working correctly. We can see these are not going through the mesh. So why does it look like it is? The reason for that is that there's actually just not enough information here. So if we go side on, you can see, right, like we've got this point here, and we've got another point down here, and then we've got this long stretch in between, right? So that means that this part of the donut, oh gosh, that goes that goes around like that is just not, there's nothing to snap it to, essentially. So what we need to do to fix this is just add more geometry. So these little vertices here, we need more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier, and then go apply.
Okay, let's fucking go back. And let's do apply.
Now, if we, nothing should have changed from this view because the same information is being displayed. But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces, because here, where there was one face before, you can see there's now a lot more, right? 4x, okay, 4x. Okay, so now if we pull down, we should see.
Now, if we do this again, G. Same fucking problem. Can I fucking let's do. Let's fucking.
It is snapping. Before you can do it now. Now we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now, if we,
But why is it fucking different? A different fucking interface than his. That's the fact I don't understand.
Nothing should have changed from this view because the modifying geometry more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And
what's happened? Why doesn't it work? Okay, alright, we are back here once more.
And the modifier in these little vertices here, we need more of those vertices.
Indeed, we need more.
So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now, if we, nothing should have changed from this view because the same information.
Apply. Literally just. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's actually worked. Fine, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know what I didn't do.
Information's being displayed. But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces. Because here, where there was one face before, you can see there's now a lot more. Right? 4x. Okay, 4x. Okay. So now if we pull down, we should see it is snapping. And if we go into this mode, you can see that it's now
snapping. And he
forming to should see 4x. Okay, 4x. Okay. So now if we pull down, we should see.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is snapping. And if we go into this mode, you can see that it's now conforming to the mesh in a much more snug way, because there's information there for it to use. Now this shading artifact here that we can see, this don't worry about that, we'll fix that in just a moment. But I need to show, because I've shown you like 4 things that we need to enable for this to work. I got to show you one more, because if I pull down and if I scroll up, you'll see something. Okay, if I was to click, we get this horrible problem here. And I've done this tutorial enough, and enough people have hit this issue that I need to call it out specifically, because it seems to be a big point that a lot of people just don't know where to go from. What's happened is if we use what's it called, the circle of influence for our proportional editing, if that is so high, it's actually high enough to reach the mesh on the other side of the donut. And then because we've got snapping, it's now projecting that, snapping it to the front, which is creating this like something that's a nightmare to fix. I mean, in fact, it's easy to start from scratch than to try to fix that. So if we want, sorry, there's a lot of noise. To fix this, we need to hide the part of the mesh that we don't want to be influenced by our proportional tool, right? So to do that, there is an easy way to do it. We can actually do it very precisely. So if with this middle bit of our donut here, if I just hold down Alt and then do a left click, as I mentioned before, that selects the ring, okay? And we could do that all the way up, but actually there's a little, I don't know if it's an Easter egg. It's kind of a cool tool that not many people know about. Control plus. That will enable the select more tool. And if you use control plus, control minus goes the other way, you can see that it's expanding out. So control plus will just like select the next vertice along a chain, roughly speaking. And you can see we can very quickly select all the parts of the mesh that we don't need. Right? Very cool. By the way, if control plus doesn't work for you because you're on a laptop or something else, select more, less. You can also do it here. Anyways, to hide this part of the mesh, it's H. H for hide. So when you're in this state, it looks as though it's been deleted. It's very, sometimes you don't know where part of your mesh and then you forgot that you've got hide turned on. If parts of your mesh are hidden and you want to bring it back, it's Alt H. So H to hide and then Alt H to bring it back. Or if you can't remember it for whatever reason, you can also find it. Okay, it's underneath mesh. There we go. Mesh. Reveal hidden or hide selected. Okay, so that's the other way. But you can get my keyboard shortcut. That's in the link. It's free. Just use that and then you won't forget a lot of these handy shortcuts. All right, so now finally, after all that, after 4 different ways of and problems to explain, we can now take part of this mesh and drag it down. And it will work correctly. Haha. So now we get to now finally be an artist and go like, what sort of...
I don't have this problem, it's going to be fine. So let's take this, G. Yeah, okay. Tab, G. Tab and select. Make it smaller. Yeah. And let's do this. Oh, fuck, what I done? Tab, select G. Oh yeah, I've done it. I've done it. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful, 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 exquisite.
edge or what sort of icing do I want to make this look like? So what I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm hitting G to pull it down, and then I'm just single middle click, and then because my cursor is closest to the Z axis, it's now snapping it to the Z axis. So that's why I mentioned before that it's really handy. You don't have to think of the letter and type it in. You just go in the general direction you want to go, and then just tap the middle click of the which is your scroll wheel, right? Middle click. It's such a weird button that you have to call it out. It's the scroll wheel button because like no other application seems to use it besides scrolling. But Blender is like, no, we're going to use it for like 90% of the operations is going to be middle click. But anyways, as you can see, I'm not paying particularly too much attention to it, but I'm just making a wavy looking shape around it. You might also want to make some bits that go the opposite direction.
Let's actually do it more detailed. Tab. Right. Tab G. Tab G. Yeah. Let's make it more smoother. make this. This. I think it's better. Alright.
Right, and then maybe pull, so you've got like big shapes as well as medium shapes and some small shapes. Big, medium, small. It's the recipe for appealing design. Big, medium, and small details. But I digress. By the way, I should mention, if you're stuck, don't feel bad, because there was certainly a lot of finickiness going on with this donut here, and we're definitely in the steep part of that curve at the moment. Do make use of my Discord if you are stuck. I created it literally so that people could get instantaneous help. I don't have any other benefit for it, so it's there so that you can find help. Link is in the description, and there's like donut help chat room where you can post screenshots of your problem, and then people can help each other out. So do make use of that. Now, our shading issue here, this darkened edge, is actually going to fix itself by fixing another issue. So it's a two birds, one solution kind of problem. This 90-degree edge here for this icing, not ideal. Everybody knows that a real icing would create like a rounded edge there, right? So we can fix that just by adding another subsurf modifier. Because you might remember I mentioned, like, yes, if you've got 3 vertices, it'll create like another vertice here and another vertice here, but it'll also like round it out. It'll pull this one back, so you end up with a rounded corner. So right here in your modifier stack, we're going to go add modifier, generate subdivision surface. Now, the order of these does matter. Okay, you want your solidify at the top and the subdivision after it. So Blender works top to bottom, and it's important. It's
Right. Let's go back. Okay.
itself by fixing another thing would create like a rounded edge there, right? So we can fix that just by adding another subsurf modifier. Because you might remember I mentioned, like, yes, if you've got 3 vertices, it'll create like another vertice here and another corner. So right here in your modifier stack, we're going to go add modifier, generate.
So add modifier. Let's do generate and subdivision surface. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Subdivision surface. Now, the order of these does matter. Okay, you want your solidify at the top and the subdivision after it. So Blender works top to bottom. And it's important it's in this way because you want the extrusion to happen first, and then in order to round that edge, it has to happen as a secondary step. So solidify on top, subdivision underneath. Now, whilst we're here and we're looking at the close-up, nice little profile of this edge of this icing, another issue to call out, you can see it's got this this shape that goes. Around, yes, so far so good, but then it goes up, and it's like, it'll be better if it went around and then tucked in and touched the edge of it, because that would look more like real liquid would. So we can solve that by just changing one of the settings in the solidify modifier. It's not one of those things that you would figure out or know where it is. It's just over time you learn where some of these settings are. But essentially here, the edge data. So we want to change the edge data to say that before you do the solidify step, add a crease on the inner part right here. If we increase this all the way to 1, it now creates a sharp. Edge just on that inner part there. So the rest of it is a smoothed edge, but the middle one, there's a crease, so it's making a sharp edge there. And it just gives it, it's just a little bit more realism. Just looks a little bit.
Beautiful.
bit closer to what you would imagine real icing would do. Okay, now for the cool bit. All right, so if you look at reference of donuts, right, yes, you've got these little wavy bits, but where the icing is really liquidy, it'll often break off from this wave here, and it'll create a trail that goes down underneath the donut, right? It just sort of drips all the way down. Whoops, on the microphone. So we can do that, but not the way we were doing it before. If we just took one of these points and then like dragged it all the way down like that, there wouldn't be enough information there, right? You can see you just get this like stretched look, and it doesn't look great, okay? So essentially we need to give it more information, and we couldn't just do it by like adding more and more subdivision surfaces. We need to actually like break this shape here and create a new shape that goes down. So we need to extrude. So if I select this vertice and then the one next to it by holding down Shift, I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, if you want to select two things at once, it's Shift, select.
All right, tab, and Shift we need. All right.
Select. Anyways, so if we select two vertices like that, we want to.
I know what did I want. And the ice. Oh, okay, fine.
Extrude it downward by hitting E. So when you tap E, it's similar to G in that you're in a placement state now, saying where do you want to place this? So I'm going to move it down to, yeah, like about there where I want the trail to stop, and I'm just going to do click, left click, and it's now placed it there. Now, it's hard to see it, but if I just switch to wireframe, you can see what it's doing. So it's created this breakaway shape here, an entirely new face that's completely separate to what we've got there currently. And what this means is if we go to object mode, you can see it's not just like continuing this.
So let's do this, and let's do E. And let's see. Yeah. I want to do it even more. E. Yeah.
Form here, it's pulled it down, right? Which is exactly what we want. And in fact, I want it to go even further than that. So I'm going to select those two vertices, and I'm going to pull it down again, and I'll do it again. And the reason I've done this 1, 2, 3 is that this detail here is important so that it
Why is it so fucking thick? Okay, let's do it again. Again. Fuck, where is it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Now it's good.
conforms to the shape of the donut. Because if there's not enough, you're going to have that clipping issue that I showed you earlier. So that's pretty good. And now we're going to do it again. Originally, in my earlier versions of the donut, I only did like one of these, but then I noticed that in the render
Yeah. Let's make it a little bit just shorter. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I want. Yeah. And let's do this even here. This shift. And let's do this. Let's put here. Alright. Let's just put one more here. Let's do a tab, this, G, a bit here, a bit here. Yeah, perfect.
The final render, it's often the most interesting part of the donut. So now I'm thinking, yeah, just do it all the way around the donut. Just add the bit that looks cool. Add more of that. So here, so wherever there's essentially like a big dip much, and then we'll do another one here, why not? And that's pretty good. Haha, lovely. So that concludes finally this heavy part of the tutorial. So if you're ready to watch the next part, hope you're not giving up. You can click there on the screen and I'll see you there. Make sure you hit subscribe as well if you haven't. A large number of you don't, but if you want to see, and I always like by the title of this video, we're going to learn about sculpting. But first, I should call out, if you have a problem with your mesh now, those problems can be amplified the further you go along. So it helps to do a technical check now. Because you can't see that middle part of your mesh, it's because you remember we temporarily hit it. Mesh, like right here. So this is a really common problem following this tutorial because when you're projecting parts of the mesh, if it was like side on to the camera, it will project it that way. And then you can have like overlapping parts of the mesh. So that creates this artifact here, which will be exaggerated when we add more detail to it. So we just want to drag that back. So turn on snapping, and I'll keep proportional turned off. And
I think it looks fine actually. So okay, oh yeah.
I'm just going to have separate attach, and it's called add yet new modifiers. Ooh, the one we're looking for is shrink to generate as a tool, the mesh. From your mesh to move it. Click work for. So over to generate mesh, you can so before any of the extrusion happens. So now that it's there, it's correct, and this is what it looks like before, and this is after, and it's subtle, right? And now if I hover over objects, I got the name of it. So I want to click on the object that is the donut, and now it's snapped to the donut and made it worse. Why, Andrew, would you make us do that? Remember, the order of your modifier stack matters. So the reason this happened is because we've done it after the solidify mod. So if it works top to bottom, we want the shrink wrap to happen before any of the extrusion happens. So now that it's there, it's correct. And this is what it looks like before, and this is after. And it's subtle, right?
Let's do a shrink wrap. Shrink wrap, shrink wrap, shrink wrap. Yeah, shrink wrap. And then I think it's in the middle. No, we need it on the top. Alright, let's do it on top.
And you'll probably see this across your mesh, like little subtle changes.
I don't think it's done anything actually. God damn it. Go back here.
Where maybe it just separated off the mesh, which wasn't quite a perfect alignment, but this will just correct that. So great. We don't need this here now. We can just apply it because it was just a once-off operation, and now all
apply. Alright. By error. Ah, okay, yeah. Error modifier is disabled. What the fuck is, why isn't it disabled?
All our mesh should be perfectly flat. Here now, we can just apply it because it was just a perfect alignment, but this will just correct that. So great.
Maybe I didn't even toggle it to anything. So this modifier, add new, and then we need a fucking mesh. We needed a screen wrap mesh, and it's why doesn't it working?
We just separated off the mesh, which wasn't quite a perfect alignment. It's like for it to happen before. So the reason this happened is because Andrew, we checked that is the door, and it too needs to know what is shrink wrap. And first of all,
it needs
hasn't
to
done
know
anything because it needs to know what the target is. What is the mesh that we're shrink wrapping our mesh to? So with this little eyedropper tool, you can see when you've clicked it, my cursor's changed to an eyedropper. And now if I hover over objects, I got the name of it. So I want to click on the object that is the donut.
Hover object donut. Yeah, it made it worse.
And now it's snapped to the donut and made it worse. Why, Andrew, would you make us do that? Remember, the order of your modifier stack matters. So the reason this happened is because we've done it after the solidify mod. So if it works top to bottom, we want the shrink wrap to happen before any of the extrusion happens. So now that it's there, it's correct. And this is what it looks like before, and this is after. And it's subtle, right? And you'll probably see this across your mesh, like little subtle.
It's so fucking subtle.
Changes. Great. We don't need this here now. We can just apply it because it was just a once-off operation, and now all our mesh should be perfectly flat. And assuming you haven't got any other issues going on, Again, make sure you use my
Oh,
if you
God
do
damn
have
it.
issues and you need someone to help, make use of the community. So use that and post your problem, and I'm sure people can help out. All right, so we want to do some sculpting. Now, why do we want to sculpt? Well, because if you look at reference photos of donuts with icing on them, you'll see that icing is obviously a liquid, and liquid does weird things. One of the weird things that it does is that it will pool in certain areas. It's not like a uniform amount all the way on it. So the most obvious being like at the end of this trail here, there would be more that would accumulate at the end there. And I think the reason for it is that because it's a viscous fluid, once it runs out of enough fluid, there's not enough to kind of push it forward, but there's enough for it to build up. So you would have like a build up here on each of these ends, but you would also have buildups all along the edge. And you can see it in reference photos. Like here, we've got this like clear, was it like a glaze? And basically the areas there where it looks whiter, that's a thickened area. So we essentially want to replicate that across our donut. So we can't do that currently. Like if you go into edit mode, we don't have any mesh to work with because the extrusion, the thickened part, is happening via this modifier. So we need to make the modifier real. So again, we're just going to apply it. Drop down, apply. Now in edit mode, we have that part of the mesh to work with.
All right.
So we could, if you wanted to, come in here and like select the points that you want to add, you know, a bulge to, and then very carefully come in and tap G, and then, oh, I've got snapping turned on, turn that off. Pull this out, right? And go like that and go, yep, there's a little bulge there, but that's very tedious to first select a point, then tap a key to move it. It's very tedious. So that's really like you just need to use another tool to do the job. So edit mode is one tool, and it's good for like very precise things when you need to get precise things. But for more like organic shapes, more freehand stuff, that's where sculpting comes in. So at the top here, we've just been flipping between object and edit mode.
Let's fucking do sculpt mode. Yeah, sculpt mode.
But the one underneath it is sculpt mode. So when we go into that mode, you'll see that we have on the left-hand side all of these tools that appear. And I mean, this isn't a sculpting like tutorial, really. We're just really going to scratch the surface. But they do different things, different sculpting things. Like, let's just use the default tool here. Can't really see much happening. Let's just turn up the strength and the size of it. Like, it just pulls out that part of it. And even that quick little one stroke, imagine if you had to select each of those points and pull them out one by one. Like, that's why this tool is the appropriate tool for this kind of job, right? Because it's very quickly can enable us to add lots of complex shape. Very cool. So the tool that we're looking for is actually, it's this one, the inflate brush, which is just conveniently the I hotkey.
The I. Inflate. Inflammation.
Inflate. By the way, if you want to change the size of brushes in Blender, I mean, you've got these ones here, you've also got the strength slider here, but there is a hotkey just to change the size of the brush with F. So F to change the size of the brush, and you just pull out with your cursor to make it bigger, and then pull in to reduce it, and then do a single left click to confirm. You can also change the strength with Shift F. So Shift F, pull out, click, and then Shift F, pull in, click. Anyways, so if I was to draw on this, you can see that I'm inflating that edge. I can also inflate here. But you very quickly realize, like, look at that. Look at that. What is that, right? The eye is going to see that. It's a pro tip. Your eye is, like, if you're going low res, don't go low res for things that are round, because your eye is very quickly going to spot low poly things. Actually, just last night I was playing Spider-Man, the Miles Morales one, and there was like this coffee cup that was on a table, and then you walk, and it looks fine, like as a background asset, but then part of it, the mission, you had to go up and read something on the table, and you had to get close to this coffee cup, and it was like 8 vertices, just less. What I'm saying is this is a rounded form, so we need more information. We need more detail to sculpt on. The reason this is jagged, and the reason there's not enough detail here, is that just even though we have a subsurf modifier, a subdivision modifier, it's applying it after we do the sculpt mode. So when you're in sculpt mode, it's still just using your raw mesh here, and then it does this as a secondary step. So if we want to sculpt into this detail, we need to apply this. So I'm going to use more than one. I'm going to use 2.
Let's do 2. Yeah.
I want to have even more detail. So importantly, by the way, if you're applying a subdivision modifier, even though you've got 2 levels here, it will always use just the viewport. So your render amount here could be whatever, but when you hit apply, it's just going to apply whatever is in the viewport. So I'm going to go 2 levels and hit apply.
2 and 6 today. And let's fucking do it. Ah, it's max, okay. And apply.
Now look at this. Whoo.
Oh my fucking god, it's fucking everywhere.
we have 16 times the detail because we had level 1, which would be 4x, a 4x multiply, and then 4x of 4x, 16. So we have 16 times the vertices to play with. So now when we go into sculpt mode, look at it now. When we sculpt, look at that. So much more room to work with and much more fun. So now that I'm in that state, I'm going to just do little circles with this brush on each of these points here.
Alright, then we do go to edit mode, sculpt, eye, let's do F, yeah, yeah. What kind of size you made? You made 253, 253, yeah.
And the reason I'm doing like little circles like this is that
Never mind, he did it. Not at all like this. Do sculpt mode, eye, let's see how much.
by default the
compare.
stroke state is
yeah.
What is it, space. You can switch it to airbrush if you want, and then you can just click and hold it there. But I find that to actually be like harder to control. So I just keep it in space mode and then just do like little circles. And then that enables you to just kind of continue adding more pressure as you move your mouse. So a little circle like that. And there you go. Very quickly, already we have a more interesting looking shape across it. So another brush, another tool, I guess you call is it a brush? Or is it, I think it's technically called brushes. But anyways, another one that you use all the time is grab, and conveniently it's the hotkey G. And what this does is just like pushing clay with your finger. It's like eh, 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 eh. It's really cool. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm actually just exaggerating.
I understand. You want the, I think, G? No. What shortcut?
It does is, but anyways, another one that you use all the time is grab.
Yeah, grab. Okay, I was right. On grab. Yeah. Oh yeah. It become. Oh yeah. This is what I want. Yeah. 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 Let's go back. Fuck. What? What happened? What happened to my donut? Huh? Huh? No more donut? What? Where's my fucking donut? God damn it. References. I think my GPU can't fucking take it anymore. Oh my god.
Might notice that looking at this,
Oh my god, what did it? Oh my god. Oh, there
on
it
your
is.
CPU subdivision appeared. If that is the case, you need to go to Edit, Preferences, and then underneath Viewport, where it's got sub.
Yeah, there it is. Preferences, viewpoint, subdivision. Yeah, I don't know. Where is my fucking donut? Huh? Oh, there it is. It's fucking. What happened to it? Why is it there? God damn it, where's my light source? Oh, there it is. I think I just played with the light source, actually. And no grab, I want an object mode. Damn, how do you fucking move the sun? Oh, there it is. Oh, finally. Yeah. Can I fucking have no fucking? Hmm. Hmm. I don't understand what I made to make it this looks so weird. Hmm. Oh well.
subdivision at the very bottom, disable GPU subdivision. That will then make the subdivision perform on your CPU shortcuts. All right. Okay, now for the cool bit. Congrats. Conveniently even. Doesn't have to be completely perfect, but where there on draw across
Yeah, we are
the
back.
donut. And it's not very it's very hard to do because you keep like accidentally clicking off it and then on it. And so maybe make this better than what I'm doing really quickly, but just get, you know, generally a shape like that and it should look a little nicer. Okay, so now let's do that raised edge all the way around the rim of this. Now, in previous versions of this tutorial, I said just use the inflate brush and then just like draw across it. The problem with this is that this is so imprecise and you can accidentally like draw over another bit and then you look at it side on and you get these like noticeable like divots across the donut. And it's not very...
יואו, מישהו אשכרה כתב משהו בלייב. איזה Green Summer. Welcome Green Summer for this Blender learning experience. How are you, Miral Shuli?
It's very hard to do because you keep like accidentally clicking off it and then on it and you get this like jagged like dig. It's not very appealing. The point is, so let's go back. We can learn about another tool. It's another excuse.
Found the fucking problem. I looked 1 second. 1 second. I look. This fucking looks shit. Let's fucking take the sculpt and G. We can do this. Yeah, we got the problem. Alright, let's see what more can we have. What he says.
To learn about another tool, and that tool is called the mask tool. So it's actually in the list here, but I never remember what it is. It's just hit M for mask, and it's this one. And what this enables you to do is, if you just draw on it, you get this grade shape, right? And then when you're using another tool, like say you switch to the inflate brush now, and if you draw over this, let me just increase this. Yeah, if you drew over this, you can see it's applying an inflation to everything except the area that is dark. And that's how you can create like, you know, a skin lesion on a zombie or something like that. So a mask is very useful in sculpting, used a lot. And we're going to use it in just this case. What we're going to do is mask out just this area along the rim there. And then we're going to apply a constant inflate value to just the area that we've masked. So first use the mask tool. Mask. And it doesn't really make sense to use like a half opaque mask. So we're going to set the strength all the way to 1. And then I'll use a brush size about here. So essentially, where do I want the inflation? Like, do I want this much inflation on the rim? No, probably something about here. And then I'm just going to paint
Let's use M. Let's do this. Oh yeah.
A darkened value all the way across it. I just want to make sure that it's, fairly even. It doesn't have to be completely perfect, but fairly even across it. And I obviously don't want it to be in this part because that, the liquid has flowed.
Yes. Let's make that smaller, I think. Yeah. Let's do this.
Flowed all the way down and it's broken the trail and it's gone down there, so I don't want any raised area there. And again, I apologize if this was like tedious, but it's a way to learn Blender piece by piece. Okay, hey, speaking of which, I forgot. With the sculpt tools in Blender, for whatever reason, it has assumed by default that you might want to sculpt on the other side of your mesh. So you can see I've got this smear here, and that's because somewhere I was painting over here, I went through the mesh and it painted on the other side of the mesh over there. Very annoying. So I can undo it. It's just easier than like repainting that whole. Whole thing. And what you want to do with your mask tool is underneath brush. It could still happen. Just be careful. But it should happen less. It shouldn't happen like. But if you do ever, is the icon out of that state. Anyway, so now with the mask brush, with front faces only enabled, I can paint along it, and it should happen less essentially. All right. I don't know what to say, but this doesn't take long once you've set it up. And assuming you've got the strength of 1, by the way, you don't want to have areas with like half opaque, right? Because we want to have a constant value across it as we inflate it. And we should get a nice raised edge that goes all the way along the donut. Okay, great. Just clean it up if you've got any areas that look a little untidy, a little unkempt. Yep. Awesome. All right. So, as I mentioned, the mask will actually mask out the area, so you can't paint on it. We obviously want to only paint on the area that we mask, so we want to invert it by just hitting Control-I, same hotkey as Photoshop, etc. And then, obviously, if we went to the inflate brush and then we just painted, like, yes, we're only now painting onto that area, but it also doesn't solve our problem of, like, inflate brush, and then we just painted, like, as Photoshop, etc. And then, obviously, if we went to the inflate brush and then we just painted, Like, yes, we're only now painting onto that area, but it also doesn't solve our problem of like different values are painted. Like, yes, we're only now painting onto that area, but it also doesn't solve our problem of like different values across it. So we want to apply a uniform inflation on just these areas. So there is a tool in the Sculpt tools called, where is it? Mesh Filter. So I will be honest, it's probably the laziest
Mesh filter.
implementation of a tool in Blender. Like, mesh filters are not really well documented. You kind of have to just learn how they work. But unlike all these other brushes here, the way this one works is it's applying a uniform value to the entire mesh. So it doesn't actually matter where you click on the mesh, it's going to apply it. And it's applying what is in the filter types listed here. So if I just click, this is the other thing you have to learn. If I drag to the right, I'm inflating. If I drag to the left, I'm deflating and sort of subtracting the opposite direction. You just kind of have to learn that that's how this specific tool works. My theory is, by the way, to go on a rant, ZBrush's user experience and interface is so arcane, so badly hodgepodge together from ideas over the last 2 decades. They never had any thought in the process. They just lumped it all in there. And Blender's sculpting tools competes with that. So they're like, hey, yeah, the filter tools, yeah, they're not the easiest to understand, but at least we're not ZBrush. That's my theory. It's my working theory I'm going with. But anyways, point is now that we're in this, you can see we're applying a uniform value to everything. Hooray for us. I might also, I'm going to set the strength of this to 0.1, and that just means that as I move the cursor, it's applying less of a value for the movement, so I can use smaller movements. The other thing though is this is a little like, it almost looks, if we go into object mode, it looks like a tube almost around the edge of it. It's not very nice. It basically, the edge that we've got here is too hard, so we can smooth out that edge by using mask, smooth, mask. Okay, now if we use the inflate, just tilts to the right a little bit, I'm just gonna go too hard, so we can
Alright, and we need mask. The smooth mask I think he used.
smooth out that edge by using mask, smooth, mask. Okay, now if we use the inflate, just tilts to the right a little bit, I'm just gonna go with that. Let's go object mode.
And let's go to object mode. Let's see how he's.
And see how that looks. That's pretty good. I might actually go just a little bit more, just exaggerate it slightly more. There we go. Great. So
yeah. Let's fucking do sculpt and G. No, it's grab. I want M.
That's right. Mask, smooth, remove one.
How do I little bit? I want to erase it.
Strength, but this doesn't take long once you've no, that state. Anyway, so now with the mask brush, with front faces only enabled, I can paint along it, and it should happen less essentially. All right, I don't know what to say, but this doesn't the way you don't want to have areas with like half opaque, right? Because we want to have a constant value across it as we inflate it, and we should get a nice raised edge that goes all the way along the donut. Okay, great. Just clean it up if you've got any areas that look a little untidy, a little unkempt. Yep, awesome. All right, so as I mentioned, the mask will actually mask out the area, so you can't paint on it. We obviously want to only paint on the area that we mask. So
all right, I don't know. Can I want to erase it. Hmm. Brush. Hmm. I don't know how do I fucking erase it. Hmm. I just want to erase it a little bit. Why is it so fucking complicated? Paint the select parts in the area. Alright, I think, I don't know. Maybe I will make it even simpler and better. Oh well, I think I will end this here. I'm sleepy and I want to go sleep. So thank you for nobody's been watching this. This was me learning a little bit of Blender. I will fucking become better, stronger. And I'll see you the next time.